It's an honor and a pleasure to host the amazing
Thank you.
gamer and all-around player, Reut Arye, which is named aka QueeNiki on Twitch and also on YouTube and everywhere. And it's really a pleasure. And I hope you'll enjoy today on our first Gameful Heroes Facebook Live. And also this live will go on to the podcast, which called Gameful Heroes as well. So we are on.
Great. That's what I'm posting right now, so everybody can join us as well.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here. So, yeah.
Likewise. I think that your story is very unique, and I think it's, if you want to really influence and also to, how do you say, break myth, bad myths about gamers and gaming, because breaking myths is something that I really like. There's a lot of negativity against gaming and against gamer, and your story just inspiring me. I just saw your lecture at Amdocs Z event. It was just amazing, and I'm happy that you can share with me and with our viewers your thought about gaming. So how did you become, what is the story? How did you become a Twitch and YouTube streamer?
First of all, I was a gamer. First and foremost, since I was like little, I played in video games before there was even Windows, when there was DOS. I know how to type in English before I know how to type in Hebrew, just because I wanted to play games. So it started from there. And then if you remember, there was the Sega with the tapes and everything, the console. So I was PC and console, and I had a Mega Drive and PlayStation 1 and all of that. And I was always like very attracted to everything gaming related. It's just the experience. It's just detaching and being somewhere else, like for a little bit, just enjoying a different story. In time.
What was your first game that you played, that you can recall?
The first game ever, it was Indiana Jones RGB in DOS.
Oh.
It was really, really old. It had only like 3 colors, and that's it, basically.
Yeah, mine was Doom and Unreal. I was like hooked into Unreal.
Unreal Tournament, yeah.
Also by Epic Games, but now there's a new version. But the old version was, I was imagining myself, playing within the game. And then there was, of course, other games as well. But my first game was Pong. I was really playing Pong on the TV. It was like, handle that you can, the Pong with the ball. It was amazing.
Oh, I got you now. I remember which one was it. Yeah, it's a really old
Pong
one.
2017, we are, myself, I'm, how do you say, מעלה את הגיל הממוצע. We are up.
No, there's no age for gaming. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm sorry to disappoint you. There is no age for gaming. You see gamers on Twitch. Some of them are 60, 70. Everybody is playing. Just do whatever makes you happy.
Every minute, just another gamer joining the community of gamers. So your story is very interesting, and we'll be happy if you can share with us the way that from love of games, how did you become the amazing streamer that you are on Twitch TV?
First of all, thank you. It was like this. I was at a point in my life like 2.5 years ago that I had to decide if I'm going. I used to live in Canada, and I came back to Israel, and I had to decide if I'm going to go back to high tech because I worked in IT. I have an IT background. Or I'm going to go and follow my heart and do something I actually love and makes me happy. And that actually works with and I'm doing this because for me, it's not this, but it's like my disability. It's hard for me to say still like fully that word. So I can have my own time. I can game whenever I want. I can stream whenever I want. Of course, you got to get to that point that you can sort of make a living of it as much as you can. But for me, it worked when it came, I would say it to my brain. It worked from my brain to be a streamer, to be a gamer. I'm doing something I love in the safety of my house. If something happens, I can always change the schedule because I'm in charge of my own business. And I can even like be with people even though I'm alone in my house. So
it's very, although people think it's like there's a stigma and myth about gamers which are lonely, actually between 16 and 18 years old, down in the basement, doing their gaming stuff and isolated from the world. It's not the thing at all. We can break this myth right now, right? As we speak.
It's not breaking the myth, because that thing does exist. There is pros and cons to everything, and in gaming as well. Like everything, if you take something to the extreme and it gets in the way in like your everyday normal function and takes away from you making a living, eating, taking a shower, like hurts you, it's an addiction like everything else. But to say gaming is all bad, no, that's not true. There's a lot of things that are positive to gaming. Like we started to talk about, like my story, gaming helped me getting out of bed and communicate with people and be with people, even though it's hard for me to leave the house. And then streaming came along and gave me the option to provide for myself, because every job I would apply to and would get accepted, I would be really, really good at. But unfortunately, my limitations, I couldn't keep those jobs because my brain has its own schedule. So when my friends, especially my best friend Nati and Victor and Itai, pushed me to and talked to me about streaming and actually helped me and getting me gear so I can start streaming, that's what made the whole difference, and a whole new world opened to me. And I can tell you that for years, I didn't wake up with a smile in the morning. Seriously. Wow. Ever since I'm a streamer, I'm waking up with a smile way more. I still have, like, Yom Asal, Yom Vasal, one bad day, one good day, but no complaints. Seriously, no complaints.
Actually, I'm seeing that you're wearing a special shirt. What's that all about? I'm thinking, apropos having fun. What's that all about?
This is the announcement I wanted to talk about. From today, officially, MSI is my sponsor, my hardware sponsor.
Oh, and my God. Applause everybody on the show. This is amazing.
Super excited. And I have to tell you, besides getting my first sponsor from this amazing company, I just want to say the way they work so fast. And when they approached me and we started talking, the first thing I told them, I want stuff for a charity stream I'm working on. We're going to talk about it later. And they said, no problem, just tell us what you need and we'll be happy to help. If you need anything else, we'll be happy to help. And it's amazing to see a company this size, like from the get-go, helping me like that. And not only me, for the people I want to help. And of course, they got some cool stuff for my viewers as well. And a lot of cool things that me and MSI are going to do together for the community and my viewers, reviews as well. And I'm telling you in advance, for good and for the bad. Even though I'm getting something to review, I want to be clear that you know me. I will tell you if I think it's good, but if I think it's bad, I'm going to say it's bad. So this is the announcement. I'm so glad to announce it. I'm super excited.
Wow, I'm so thrilled to be the first one that,
I just opened the shirt before the podcast.
Breaking news, guys. Breaking news.
So
cool,
I'm really
cool.
excited. Thank you. So I'm looking forward to cooperate with them and doing some cool stuff together. So yes.
Actually, one of the things that we'll talk about it later on, but there's the thing that gaming, it's like an empathic machine, because even if you shooting and doing first-person shooter or third-person shooter games like Halo, Call of Duty, whatever we play, GTA, whatever, it's still on top of the myths that it brings your violence to the real life. It's the other way around. What we learned from the study is that you become more empathic. And I see a lot of gamers like you, actually in the United States and England, that raised over $2 million last year for hospital for kids. So this is amazing that people are doing, contributing their time, their effort to help others. And it's vice versa. It's a completely different from what people think about gamers and gaming.
Listen, when it comes to certain games like FPS and violent games, for me, it's a place that I can vent. I can take my anger out. I can tell you some days I wake up so angry about, I don't know, the spirits. I don't know even who I go into a game and I take my rage out, and it's real rage. And I take it out in a virtual place that no one gets hurt. Everybody can respawn and we're having fun. But like I said, there's pros and cons to gaming as well. Some people would take the reality of a game and reflect it to the real reality and will try to imitate it. Usually it's kids that are more influenced and stuff like that. And here it's where I say that the parents have to draw the line and know what content their kids are installing, what they're playing, how long are they on the computer. Because if you allow them to experience that type of violence from a young age and be affected by it, it's going to have consequences after. I can tell you in my bat mitzvah, I missed my bat mitzvah party because I played Duke Nukem. I waited for my aunt at the entrance and she got me the disc. I went up and played and I wasn't there. I don't even have one picture from my bat mitzvah. It wasn't that smart back in the day, but today the games are, because the graphic is more real and it actually feels like vivid. It's almost vivid sometimes. I think
it's very vivid. It's like the fidelity is amazing. The fidelity of the game is like, just quoted today, I'm serving the Israeli Digital Game Research Association chapter. There's association of game researcher. Actually, the conference is going to be in Tokyo in 2019, this year in August. And I'm just putting, quotes every day. And today, the quote from the researchers just published yesterday was that gamers are inhibited if they see stimulus in their real life. They are more likely to enjoy stimuli in the virtual world, in the gaming, more than real life. So this is very interesting.
I believe some experiences you can only experience, on the PC in a game, like walking on the moon or something like that. To be honest, as much as I'm a gamer and I do not leave the house a lot, I still enjoy outdoor activities and just getting some fresh air and experiencing life. There has to be a limit to everything. Even if I exceed, I can tell you the maximum time I've played straight was 52 hours. If you don't think it didn't mess up with my brain, you're wrong. It messed up with my brain, it messed up with my body, with my sleep, with everything. So everything has to be in the right dosage. Besides that, like I said, content. Make sure your kids are playing the right content for their age and what is appropriate. And not, if everybody goes, just go with the herd. Don't do that, because sometimes the herd is not making the right choice. I can give Fortnite, for example, that everybody's talking about it. That Fortnite, like, visually looks very cartoonish and very fun, but at the basis of it, it's a violent game, and you can see the reactions of kids while they play it. So that game, as much as it looks cartoonish and kids friendly, I wouldn't recommend like my nephews and nieces to play it. To be honest, it has to have like a more kids friendly background.
Yeah, cool. So this is actually, of course, we have to be careful when we talk about small kids and how the effect on the mind. But as grown up, I think that the gaming industry and gaming itself is a big power of enhancing people with special, special needs. And I think that this is something that hopefully we can talk about it. What do you think about, this is the question in our agenda. How can you make, no, not that one, sorry, that one. Using gaming and streaming to benefit people with special needs or disabilities. From your experience, what is your take on that?
Okay, it's a few things, because there is different type of disabilities. So I will start with my own example myself. I'm not going to get emotional this time, guys. I'm just saying. I'm going to do my best not to.
You can. Everything is okay.
I know that I can. I don't want to. I did my makeup. I'm in a good mood. I just want to, Like I said, unfortunately, I suffer from 150% disability. I suffer from severe PTSD, anxiety, sometimes depression, and seizures, tics on the right side of my body that can just drain me out for hours and sometimes even for a day or two. When you suffer from something like that, a lot of times you don't want, I'm sorry, I'm not looking to the camera. You don't even want to see daylight, or it was hard to go outside. Like I said in the lecture, I had months I didn't see daylight. I couldn't open a window. I couldn't get out of the door, and it was really hard. So when I was in bed and on the sofa most of the time, I wanted to start to move myself, and I always loved gaming. So I would play by myself on the computer, and then one day I wasn't even aware of clans and people that are playing. I knew that there was online gaming, there was chat in game, and that's it. And one day I got a message on Steam from a group, and they have this thing called TeamSpeak. It was new then, and then I found out I could play with people. And suddenly in the morning, slowly I got excited to wake up and, or if I can't sleep, to just log on to that TeamSpeak and talk to people and communicate with them and to play with them. And if I had a bad night, they would, try to make me happy or to make me laugh. And I start to communicate more and more, and I start to get out of bed more and more. And the gaming took me out of the reality and the flashbacks I was experiencing. And as much as it's weird that I played Call of Duty and my PTSD is war-based, that's the weird connection for me. But somehow it works. And as much as I played that game, I felt like I'm letting my anger and my frustrations out, and people are around me, but I'm still at home. I don't need to leave the house. So gaming took me out of bed. In due time, years after, streaming showed me I can take my skill, whatever, how you want to call it, and make a living off of it. And then, how do you want to call it? It can be, you don't have to be a good gamer to be a good streamer. You can be entertaining. Right. So whatever it is.
It's your personality. I think it's a combination of your personality and the way that you connect with the camera. So it's like every other, broadcaster, but this especially because you bring, reflecting your own personality, your own value, and also your own beauty, whatever you can show the world. And if people connect to you, you just hook to it.
I'm going to tell you something. This
the
is
gaming experience and the skills that you have to be.
Usually on stream, I don't talk about these things because I do get emotional, because it is hard to come and say, hey, I have this and this and this. And as much as I live with it for years, it's not something that I would ever say, okay, I'm cool with it, because I'm not. And I wish I didn't have it and wouldn't have this agenda and everything. I would give it away in a heartbeat. Just take it. I don't need special attention. And this is like the third time I'm talking about it in public.
Live.
sort of the four-ish, because the first time I said it on stream, it was like a year and a half after I was streaming, and I had only like a bunch of the people that were really close to me on stream, and I just told them that just to get it off my chest. And the time after that was in the Z talk that you said. The previous was a podcast, and this is now. So every time I'm saying it just brings it up. So on my stream, I'm trying to keep it positive and everything. But of course, I have people coming into my stream, a lot of even U.S. military soldiers that are coming in and saying, hey, I read your bio, I read about you, and thank you for your service, and I'm suffering from this, this, and this. And you pause everything sort of in the game, and you give them the attention they need, because sometimes you know that they just need the attention. Maybe he's in his house right now feeling alone. You know what I mean?
I'm so connected to you. You're so moving. You're so inspiring me. I'm also getting, emotional here. We didn't plan it.
Don't ruin my makeup.
We didn't plan it in advance. But as we said before the broadcast, you just mentioned my good friend, and I'm sure I'm gonna streaming. I'm gonna send him the link of your conversation. His name is Professor Skip Rizzo. Is the head of the USC Special New Media in California. He's a specialist in PTSD, virtual reality, and also gaming technology. He's one of the best known, professor, and he's a very cool guy. And trying to do, in the field with Americans that were in Afghanistan to do treatment for PTSD, what we called light exposure until you get into the stuff itself with very sophisticated tools. And we know that there's a lot of, good percentage of, I don't say healing, but, treating this kind of problem. And as also a lecturer at the IDC in Australia, I can tell you that when we are talking about new technologies and also gaming technology for people, usually it's one-on-one. And the streaming that you do, like if it's broadcasting like several thousand, you are influencing more people than one psychologist per one.
Once is more than enough. It's better than influencing, no one. But and by the way, you told me about it even before you knew I suffer from PTSD. And I told you if they need a guinea pig, I'm here. If they can take it away. My best friend is watching right now. Every time that it happens to me, I text them, please take it out of my brain. So if someone can, God bless. So I'll be more than willing, of course, to see what me and him can do, or even just communicate with him to see maybe he has even something for me. But that's for PTSD. You can take gaming for so many different disabilities, like social anxiety for kids that suffer from bullying. Behind the screen and no one sees you, can't judge you. You pick the channel you want to be in. You pick the chat you're involved in. So you can create your own, house of friends and log into a safe place. And people will support
you. Community, exactly.
And people will support you and protect you on chat. Of course, depends what streamer and chat it is. So a lot of people with social anxiety that suffer from bullying, even people that suffer from flat keshev HD. I'm always confused with I forgot how to say it in English. That suffer from HD. Okay.
It's like a short span of attention, a lot of motion control. HD.
Yes. So they started to do even studies about that some gaming can help kids that have a problem with it. So you can take it there. For me, the main goal when it comes to disabilities is, like you said, that people talk about that gaming keeps people in the house, locked in the basement, and that's all they do. I'm trying to help the people that are trying to leave the house, leave the house without actually leaving it if they can't. So for me, when I think about helping someone, is unfortunately to take someone that is paralyzed in a bed. And last week I was in a place called V-Reality, and I played it with virtual reality glasses. And in one game that is called Skyfront, I actually felt I'm levitating. I felt I'm flying. Now, just the thought of putting that virtual reality glasses on someone else that is disabled and giving them the sensation he can fly, it's amazing. And if he can't get out of his bed and he wants to see Vegas, he can see Vegas. He can see Rome. He can see Paris. Everything from goggles. Or if he wants to communicate with friends from his bed, like I'm really trying to help the people that can't physically move, to help them move through gaming and provide from themselves. Like you said, sorry?
Yeah, actually, it's very interesting. Sorry for cutting you off. There's another world, like we have Fortnite, which is also have a creative mode now for kids. And we have another amazing game called Minecraft. And within Minecraft, there is a community of special islands, which is specialized for people with autism. So people or kids with autism, more specifically for teen with autism. So when we're talking about problem, it's usually when you think about someone that suffers for something, you're focusing on him, but we can't focus only on the person, because he has family, he has brothers, he has sisters. It's complex stuff. And this place, when you can get the parents together with the kids, it's a Minecraft for autism. It's amazing, and it's helping a lot of people to communicate and to do a lot of good.
That's very interesting. I didn't know about it, and that's beautiful, because if it's like a closed community for autistic kids, it's very important, because if someone comes in and try to troll them or pick on them, it actually can cause the other way around. So when they have their closed community, it's great, and they support each other. So that's amazing. And you can't focus on the person itself only. You can focus on the content you're creating. Like you and I talked, and I said before, creating physiotherapy-based games for kids, just trying to create the content, the game-based, but for therapy. That would be amazing. But this is the beginning, something that you're talking about. Something like that, it's the beginning, when you're starting to create dedicated servers for disabled people for their disability. That's new for me. That's actually beautiful.
Yeah, great. So first of all, on the screen you can see QueeNiki on Twitch, and she's also on YouTube, so you can check her out and just follow whatever broadcasting there you are doing. This is crazy, and this is great. And I just want to ask you, if you would just take a platform and just do another stuff, how can you make a living of Twitch streaming? This is something that everybody is asking, and can you just, share a light on that little bit?
I can explain the ways to make money on stream.
Okay.
There's 5 or more ways. First of all, of course, it's donations. Your viewers, when they want to support you, they want to help you get better gear. They want you to keep on streaming. We want you to be here. And for you to be there, you need to make a living. If not, you need to go and do something else. So some of your viewers donate to you. Some of them subscribe to your channel with a monthly pay. Even though they don't have to, they can watch you for free. But they can choose tier 1, which is $5, tier 2, which is $15, and tier 3, which is $25. And the streamer splits it 50-50 with Twitch. Depends if he's a partner, an affiliate, and so.
Yeah.
That's the second way. Third way to make money on Twitch is Beats. Beats, it's like the virtual coin by Amazon. And you can get it by watching advertisements on Twitch. I think it used to be like making purchases on Amazon as well. You can get some beats. Don't hold me up on that. And every beat equals 1 cent. So when you're watching commercials while the streamer is streaming, you accumulate those beats and then you can donate them to your favorite streamer. Another way to make money, of course, is sponsors and being invited to events and interviews and stuff like that, which comes along if the streams, of course, go well. And there's another way that if you are a pro player / streamer, you can make money from competitions as well, but that is less streaming. Basically, it's the main 3 things: donation, subscription, and beats.
So it's like I think that it's when we are talking about streaming, it's like it's a job. It's like you're going to. It's like how do you say you taking into it a lot of effort to make the content right, to prepare yourself. It's not just okay. Let's do live now, and everything. The money will start pouring, right? First
and foremost, I have to say and give credit to my moderators and my stream, Tzavi, Tanya, Nati, Gustav, Devastator, Teaser, Omi. Guys, I wouldn't even make it without you. Like, I have moderators that help me above and beyond because for me to get ready for a stream as a woman with a camera and everything, it's lighting, makeup, hair, changing titles, changing this. I have moderators that takes away during this stream and even before this stream, like 40% away from my pressure and the stuff that I have to do. Because if I didn't change the game, Tavi will change the game. And if the title is wrong, Tanya will text me, hey. So I have moderators that really watch me and actually hold my channel together. And if they see something wrong, they fix it. They have access to do so. So some people think that you light on the computer, you go live and that's it.
Yeah.
No, you have to set up music, log into the bots, change title. Of course, make sure you have like new games to play. Make sure that you have people to play with. It's a lot of posting in social media. It's listen. You're the director. You're the script. I don't know, the guy who writes the script. You're the talent. You're the product.
Yeah.
You're everything. And besides getting ready for the stream, that for me it can take up to 2 hours when it comes to doing everything, you're still going to stream like minimum of 4 or 5 hours. So it's a full-time job. And of course, after you have a lot of people to reply on social media that texted you back and you want to give them the attention back. So it's a lot of...
I'm so happy for you that you got MSI sponsorship. This is just fantastic. And I hope it will give you more thumbs up for MSI for bringing it to you. And hopefully you will have more resources and also stuff to do. Yeah.
I'm super excited about MSI. And I told you the biggest thing I'm excited about, that they're going to give a lot of stuff for the charity stream, which is going to be amazing. They're going to make these kids really, really, really happy. And yes, they're going to make my viewers really happy. I can tell you today, I got like boxes of really cool stuff that I'm going to do, like giveaways for my viewers, or give to the people that I'm working with in the industry. I would love even to send you a goodie bag if it's okay with you. I would send you a really nice MSI goodie bag. I would love to do that.
Cool.
And you can show it off to whoever you want. And I'm pretty excited because this company saw the potential in me, and they came and they say, we believe in you. Let us support you in your cause. And they did things so fast that we just started talking, and I already got everything. I'm speechless. I'm just honored. So John and Victor from MSI, if you're watching, you're the best. Thank you for the opportunity, not only for me, for the kids, the soldiers, my viewers.
Thank you guys. I see also people are just, we are not commenting on the guys on the live stream, but thank you for everyone that's watching and reacting to us now on live. I think the best thing to close down the broadcast, I mean, we can talk about it like days. I think we can play.
This wouldn't be the last time you and I are talking, so it's all good.
Yeah, we can talk about it, but I think that what interested me when we talked before, this broadcast was you're coming up a good deeds campaign, and we'd love to, if you can, highlight about that.
Yes.
Coming up.
My dream was like from ever I started streaming that I would get to the point that I can have some influence and do some giving back to the community, because back in the day I used to volunteer, like I told you, for the Red Cross, and that was like the biggest satisfaction ever. I can't explain how satisfying it is for me to help someone else. Seriously, it's the best thing ever. So I waited to the point that I can have some influence, so I can get some back behind me to help others. So I pitched that idea to the Israeli sport channel, Sport 5, to Yoav and Matan. And I pitched it to Evyatar from Ynet. And when I was in the last podcast, Radio Kol HaShfela said they're going to support it as well. What we're trying to do is create for Purim, which is next month, ליצור משלוח מנות, to create a small gaming goodie bag for Purim. Yes, so I'm trying to create a gaming goodie bag for Purim, which is like, I think, awesome, and get stuff from different companies. MSI is on board. I'm still waiting for answers from different companies.
I have someone invite for you. I'm just when we close the show, I will have some interesting news for you as well. I have some for you. There's a company, big company.
Cool.
Okay.
So I'm waiting to hear from other gaming companies to see if they're willing, not even as my sponsor, just willing to give some stuff to make some kids happy. Of course, it's going to be published everywhere. So
we're talking about kids at which center?
I want to do it for Schneider Hospital, for the oncological department of Schneider Hospital, which is the kids' hospital. And I really want to make those kids happy. So I got a lot of like cool gaming stuff for kids, and I'm going to do a charity stream as well before that. So I can raise some money to get balloons and candy and wrappers, so I can get everything done by myself. There's only one or two charity organizations that I believe in fully. So I always rather to take the money, show receipts, and show that everything was bought. It's really important for me for people to know that their money is going straight to the kids. 100% of that charity stream. I'm going to buy candy, balloons, wrappers, everything I need to make those goodie bags.
Count me in.
Well, of course, I would let you know. And it's not only for Schneider. It's not only for kids at Schneider. I really want to get some stuff for soldiers at Loewenstein. To make them happy, or their families, their brothers, giving even something to the families.
So Loewenstein is like, let's say that people that are not familiar with that, Loewenstein Rehabilitation Hospital is one of the biggest Clalit group hospital, which encompasses all really the people that suffer from injuries, also soldiers, and also from any other's trauma. So it's the biggest hospital in Israel.
Yeah, so it goes for people that are physically from the point of like, I can't even say it, but I don't know how to say it in English, so forgive me. A little bit handicapped, even though it's the wrong way to say it, but you know what I mean, from the neck down. And from the least to the worst.
We have paraplegic. This is what we call it in English. Paraplegic. We are, yeah.
So we're trying to help everybody. For me, my soft spot is kids and veterans or people that got injured in terrorist attacks or car accidents. And in future charity streams, we'll be donating to charity streams all around the world, because my viewers are from Europe, from the States, from North America. Yeah. I want them to be able to donate to where they live, with all due respect. So we're going to create a list of verified organizations, or we're going to find that viewer we can count on, and he will go and get the stuff, and we'll have like messengers around the world. That can be nice. But this wouldn't be the last charity stream I'm doing. And hopefully everybody will pitch in and we'll be happy to help. For publicity or no publicity, just think about it, that you make someone happy. So if anyone is watching this and would like to pitch in, I'm here.
Yeah, usually, exactly. I'm with you all the way, because, when you suffer, because I've endured several, mishap and had accident and stuff. So I know what it's mean that when you know that people are thinking about you and helping you, it's like a booster to the mind, to the soul. And this is what you do, and you're really inspiring. I think that what you do is really inspiring, and just this is amazing. You're really amazing and inspiring me. And
I'm sorry for cutting you off. I have to say something about inspiring. I saw on an article on TV this girl, and she has a type of disability, and she's actually a doctor. She said, I don't want to be an inspiration because I didn't pick my situation. Like I told you before, you can just take it. I'm not an inspiration. I just live with my condition, and I'm trying to help others. Because if it was up to me, take it away. I don't want to inspire everyone. So I want to inspire people in other things. Because this is, for me, is my default. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Completely.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. First, Reut, I wish really all the best to you and all the success in this field of Twitch streaming and stuff, influencing in real life and also in the virtual life. I was very honored to host you in our first actually Gameful Heroes live podcast. It's a live podcast in English, so it's fine. Please, guys, follow Twitch TV, QueeNiki. Just go there, and I think we can close it with really big.
And of course, one sec, and of course, follow Hanan. You have the links in my Facebook. You have the links in my Instagram and my Twitter. So check him out. He's going to do more podcasts. Me and him, it's not our last talk. I'm telling you from my side, it's not our last talk. We're going to do some good stuff. And thank you for having me.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. Game on, and thank you. Thank you again. Bye, everybody. We're closing the broadcast, and have a nice evening, and farewell. Till next time. Game on.
Game on.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.